October 9th, 2019, Pleasanton, Texas. The moon's at 86% illumination. And I got a lot of wind tonight. But I was able to do my star line so that way we can just track the moon. With very little, movement. It's basically following the moon as we speak. I'll have to do minor adjustments. It's not perfect, I'm sure, but anyway, now we're opening up some really cool stuff. We got Tycho crater there on the south, the real bright one. There's some interesting stuff coming out tonight. Oh boy. There's nothing I can do about that. It's not really that bad. If I zoom in right now, it'd be pretty bad. But let's give it a little bit of zoom anyway. Let's go a little bit more. We'll go 2.5. And so, there we go. It's a nice view. I'm just going to slowly let stuff track, and then once we start doing some closer zooms, we'll make sure that the telescope stays put. I am intentionally letting this drift across the screen, but I am going to catch it here at Tycho, and we can already see Tycho, but I'm going to let that come into dead center, and then we'll stop it from moving. Beautiful, beautiful shot right there. So I took a shot. Let me move it. Tycho's right in the center there. Let's see if I can't stop that tracking. And we'll go 4 times zoom on the phone. Dang, and that's what I'm talking about. It gets worse with the wind. Oh man, we have those the beautiful set of craters that form an arch right there in the center. That is super cool, man. Let's go in a little bit with the eyepiece. We'll have to probably refocus. Okay, and that's the wind, and that's holding strong. We're holding strong. Might have to zoom out. So yeah, look at those craters. Super cool. Definitely got some stuff going on the left side of that crater, some black looking stuff. Okay, let me zoom back out just for a moment. Nothing wrong with showing. I mean, this is just a typical night. If you're out viewing and the wind's out, it's just part of it. But that's okay. Okay, let's see if it seemed like it calmed down just enough to zoom back in some. That's a beautiful, beautiful area. It doesn't even seem. I mean, it just seems like it was put there, placed there. There's a pretty even spacing between most of the craters right there in that arch, and then right there on the left side, really strange. It's like a cluster of black canals mixed with canals possibly that are like the same color as the terrain. I don't know what that is, but it is super weird, man. I'm gonna max zoom, and I don't know why it changes the color. I'm not really real cool with that. Let me back it out until it does not do that. Okay. It's doing it. It's kind of hitting me back and forth. Okay, there's the key. So yeah, there's a really weird spot, man. Don't know what to make of that. Let me zoom out with my eyepiece some, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a picture from a little bit further of a distance. Let that steady out. Now I can zoom on it with a program, get a little bit more detail instead of dealing with the atmospherics here. It's like way too much that close up. So there's Tycho crater in the middle, little structure, just sitting right there in the middle. Don't know what it is. Some super strong winds, so let's just zoom out. We'll just have the phone zoom for right now. If it gets too bad, I'll have to pause it, and then we'll be right back. But let's see if we can hold out. Let's go up the middle of the moon here. Just kind of check that out. I mean, there's so much stuff on the moon. It's not just a dull rock up in outer space somewhere, man. This thing is, it's close, and it's got a lot going on, man. Definitely got a lot going on. Ooh, shoot, man. Wind is not playing around tonight, but it's alright. Got a picture in, that's for sure. Yeah, man, let's check this area out. I'll tell you right now, this is one of my favorite areas. There are at least 2 cave entrances, which I'm about to show you, and then there is what I call the mazes. I'm not sure if they have a proper name or not, but that's my name for it. You've got also, you have this right dead center, you have a small, I guess we'll call it a crater, but around it is the rim is lit, and you can see it's casting off a pretty bright light. And then there's the other one to the southeast, another crater that's still got some brightness around the rim. But anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in on that stuff. The wind's going to mess with us a little bit, but I think we can get around it. So, okay, so if you look dead center, I mean that looks like a cave entrance. It's dark. It looks like it goes into that mass of land, or that mound of land, or whatever it is, right? Dang. Well, that gives you the idea of where we're looking at, and let's just let this wind calm down. Okay. And see, I just don't like that. There we go. So, and then to the right of that, directly to the east, I mean, it looks like another cave entrance. It looks, like it goes into that area, like that might be a base or something. You can just see that there's some cool looking stuff around. Coming into dead center, right there. See, there's a light on the right side of that. Well, what I'm looking at, dead center. And then here's that. Here's this crater that's got some weird stuff going on. Looks strange. Got a light right in the middle. But here's the one I was talking about. It almost looks like it's shooting a beam of light to the north of itself. But it's definitely casting light all around it. And then to the south of that bright crater right there, it's just like I said, this is what I call the mazes. It looks like dugout trenches that go into a pattern. And there's that very well could be natural. I'm just saying it looks like trenches, or a maze or something has been dug out. And then you have what I believe that is not natural, and I will make that claim right now that I do not believe this is natural. Why? Well, look at most of that crater. 3/4 of it or so has a real bright lit rim around it, and then there's a large section that does not have it, roughly 1/4 of it. But to the south of that, look at that. You have a straight line that goes down with the light at the end, and then you have directly to the south, it goes down, right, down, and then there's some more like little light things at the end. And then if you look to the southeast of this crater, you can see the right angles, like it's been cut out. I mean, go and look at any type of research that you can do for yourself. See if you can. How many right angles do you find in nature, in rock or land or things like that? I mean, it has to be. Look at it. It looks. Of course, the wind's going to be messing with me. It just looks like structures around that crater. So it's what it looks like, but I'm not going to be able to prove it because I cannot go to the moon, can't afford it, and don't know if it's even physically possible for humans to go to the moon. The Van Allen radiation belts seem to be one thing that keeps man from going. So there's the Apennine Mountains here. It's a beautiful shot. Let's see, depending on where the moon's position is at on its wobble, there's some real interesting stuff on the north side. Stuff that sticks up. Sorry about that. I'm going to go this other direction. It's going very slow. May need to change the batteries. And we got a little bit of wind coming in. Got going on here. Let me adjust the focus. It's about where it wants to be. Let's take a little cruise around here. You can see all this area, in my opinion, coming into the center is right there. That's definitely a unique looking area for sure. I'm going to go ahead and give it max zoom. I know it grays it out. Don't know what the reason for that is right now. Probably, I don't know, it has to do with my phone or something like that. But that doesn't give it a lot of detail. Let's back up a little bit. coming into center there, that is Plato crater, sitting on top of Mars Embrium. Shouldn't say maybe not on top of, but north of. That area that it's like a half circle up on the northeast side of Mars Embrium is Sinus Iridum. Let's go check it out real quick. Actually, let's go check out Plato crater real quick. Saw some little craters to the east. Now, I like to mention this in all my videos, and I know this may be a little bit late, but this is a mirrored image, so I'm referencing the direction we are able to look at it on my screen. Because I use star diagonal, it does change the left and right. It's mirrored, so if you were to look up in the sky, or you maybe have a different piece of equipment where you see the correct view of the moon, then it's all inverse of what I'm telling you, but you can see all the little craters going on there. Yeah, there's definitely something with this phone. I'm going to have to cut that. Okay, I'm back. I just couldn't do it anymore. It was getting way too windy. I mean, it's just too much for me. So we're getting it to gray out once we get close in. I do apologize for that, but we're just gonna run with it because I'm gonna hit this area, and then we're gonna run up the Terminator line. I'll do a little more in depth tomorrow. Well, don't quote me. I'm pretty busy with work right now. This large crater coming into center slowly but surely is Copernicus crater. Looks like a starburst or something. It looks, like it's exploding outwards or whatever, so that's super cool. Just to the east of it, at least on our view, we have Kepler crater, the smaller one with looks like a burst coming out of it. I'm not sure if we're going to see Aristarchus tonight. Oh man, look at that, dude. Wow, so we will be coming back to that area pretty soon, because I'm just getting ready to go back down here, and basically we're going to start from here. I might have to pause again and let this wind go through. It's insane tonight. Alright, let's give it a little bit of zoom. We'll see what happens. Now look at that area we went right onto. That looks super weird. This is max zoom for me. It just looks very strange, Looks like there's something with a black rim that's circular sticking up off the ground or something. Anyway, let's move on. The wind is still here with us. Let me see. this is it. That was basically right on it, I think. There's something sticking up. I'll have to try to point it out another way. It's just too hard to describe. Now here's an area of interest for sure. Coming into center. I'm trying here. That is just a really weird looking area. No, it's max zoom right there. Super cool. Well, it should stay in max zoom. Damn. Simpler, I guess. So here's another example of, like, on the right there. You can see it looks like a bunch of sharp, pointed objects going up. Super strange, man. I'm sure it's, you know, it's just like the terrain or whatever it is. It's just cool looking, you know. I have to zoom out with the wind coming in. Look at that dead center. Never mind. Got a row of lights. That's wild. Looks like we got a bunch of stuff going on in sinus irritum here. Let me zoom in some. That little bitty light all by itself out there. Alright, well, too windy for me. But I wanted to get what I could in. Oh, it's way too windy. Well, if you're not throwing up and sick, congratulations. Sorry about the shakiness. And there's a quick little overview. Let's zoom all the way out. Well, my goodness, guys, was that not just, well, unpredictable? Anyway, there's the moon, man. 86%. So there you go. Let's see, normally there's a couple of stars or something around. What is this little thing? Little thing just floating around. That is, oh. I've got it on lunar tracking rate, so it's not going to track perfect, but that's strange looking. Let me try to focus it. Okay, no bullshit, that's focused. So let me back out some and see what it looks like. Kind of like it's giving me the finger. Okay, that's weird because that's in focus. Dude, it looks like a plane or something. And Look, just to show. Oh, that's obviously, that's out of focus. That's out of focus. That's pretty much in focus. Anyway, crazy.